More than just a CRM. It is a real estate and business mastermind that comes with an all-in-one CRM. You can have unlimited websites and users. You can call, text, RVM, and email all in one user interface. And you can set up custom automations for any type and multiple businesses. 65% of companies start using a CRM system within the first 5 years of business. Once implemented, the Hive Mind will save you on marketing, give you more time, and make more money. One of our users had his first $100,000 month using our system in June. We want to see you automate and accelerate your business. Text us at 210-972-1842 for future meetings and, of course, to get our $1 course on how to make more than 6 figures on one land deal. You can schedule your free demo today at hivemindcrm.io.
Hey, welcome to today's episode. This is our episode titled Deal Breakdown. We have covered cool or interesting stories that may be intrigued to you in the business or entrepreneur space. So if you're interested, stay tuned. My guest today is Mr. Zachary Wilson. We had him on another episode. Go check out that interview. If you missed it, go check it out. But Mr. Zach Wilson is from Quest IRA. They do self-directed IRAs and other type of IRA products to help you invest. So what's your second story you have? Because the first one was good. If you missed the first one, go check it out, man.
Go check it out. There's a treasure hunt involved. That's all I got to say. That's all I'm going to say on it, okay? So this one is, I wanted to tell a story about kind of how someone leveraged an HSA to make a purchase that was tax and penalty free that honestly no one would have expected, right? And this has to deal with the president of our company. And he tells us a story just to illustrate the power of this account. All right, so it involves an HSA. For those of you who don't know, a health savings account, right? It's something that if you have a high deductible healthcare plan, it allows you to put money aside that, one, is going to be tax deductible as it goes in, but two, it can grow. It can grow self-directed, right? You can manage the funds and direct them how you want. And then three, if they're coming out, right, towards qualified medical expenses, they're coming out tax and penalty free. That means you made that money and spent that money without paying a dime in taxes on it, right? So I know when you're saying, oh, qualified medical expense is probably a pretty short list. Believe it or not, the list of what you can spend it on, the list of what you can't spend it on is shorter than the list of what you can spend it on.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So what he did, he always, every single year would max out his contributions to his HSA. Right, making sure he's always got money in there. All right. Now, over time, let's say he established it, just for the sake of story, he established it in like 2008. It was a while ago. Right. Over time, he would incur medical expenses, right? Whether it's copay, he's paying out of pocket for surgeries, dental expenses. He bought glasses, over-the-counter drugs, prescription drugs. We've even seen used for eye drops, right? So he just collected all of these invoices, right? And he made sure to file them away every time. Right. Okay. Now, go forward. I think this was in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. So 9 years after he opened up the account, he had the opportunity, right? He's a pilot. He loves flying, right? But he flies those small 2-seater planes. He's always wanted to own one, right? And finally, he saw one that he'd been looking at for a while that was available for him to buy. What did he do? He took all of those invoices, right? All of those little receipts, everything. He filed them, added them all up, and then took one massive distribution from his HSA for the entire amount, and then used that money to buy that plane, tax and penalty free. Not a dime came out of his pocket when it came to taxes. All right. He was able to leverage that account to purchase a plane without paying $1 in taxes.
That sounds illegal.
It does, right? It does. The beauty of an HSA. The beauty of an HSA. All right.
That's insane. That's literally insane. So an HSA. So does it? And if everybody check out our IRA interview, if that's longer, about 50 minutes long, go check that episode out. But does this qualify as like an IRA where you can have multiple IRAs, or is HSA completely different type of product? Like what's the next terms you can actually put into it annually?
Yeah. So if the high deductible healthcare plan that you're under, and that's the requirement, right? You have to have a high deductible healthcare plan. Okay. If that covers just you, you can put $3,650 in. If it covers you plus a family or your kids, your spouse, even if it's just your spouse, right? Then it bumps up to $7,300. Him covered him and his younger children. So $7,300 a year. He was just making sure he was putting it in there, right? Along with it, obviously, he knows how to invest personally, so he was using those funds, partnering with his IRAs, and making investments, helping it grow even further. So by the time he got there, he had collected enough of these medical expenses to be able to cash them all out at once. Keep in mind, as long as you establish the HSA before the medical expense was incurred, you can be reimbursed at any time. Doesn't have to be within that year.
I'm really glad you mentioned that, because in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna start holding on my medical bills.
Yeah. I tell you what, you get yourself an HSA, start doing that. I do the same thing, right? Like I went to the dentist, and it was a couple $100, and I could have paid out of my HSA, but I decided, it's like, you know what, I've got enough cash on hand. Thankfully, I'm able to cover this now, because I know down the road I need a couple $100. I got it right there, tax and penalty free.
I think I'm really glad you mentioned this, because I feel like it's like alternate form of investing that you don't even think about or even know about, but since you work in this industry, you understand that part. So I learned something about HSAs. I'm learning. This is why, for everybody here, I do podcasting for a selfish reason, because I want to learn from the experts, and you're just a fly on the wall listening to this episode. So if you enjoyed this episode, I appreciate it, but this isn't for me.
Thanks for watching, but honestly, this is supposed to be a one-on-one conversation. That's all this was. So it's not a retirement account, but it functions pretty similar to one. We can have multiple HSAs, but like the traditional Roth IRAs, your contribution limits are between them all, right? So $36.50 for all of your accounts, not each one, a total between them all.
Yeah. So if you're interested in starting HSA, Quest Trust Company, right there.
Give us a call. QuestTrustCompany.com. We are the largest self-directed IRA custodian in the state of Texas. Got 20,000 active investor clients all across the country. Any investment that you are wanting to make outside of the public market, more than likely you can do within an IRA or an HSA or ESA here with us. If you got any questions, that's my email.
How many customers?
20,000.
20,000. Wow.
Yeah. You have 20,000 with investments in all 50 states plus 9 foreign countries.
The show is sponsored by The List Guys. Do you need more leads in your local or virtual market? 1 in 10 small businesses don't invest in any kind of marketing. The List Guys have over 35 plus list types to choose from, and you can mix and match any list or criteria. We also use the skip trace list and provide up to 7 numbers and email addresses. Every list you purchase will be scrubbed against previous purchases. The List Guys are here to save you time. Contact the List Guys today at www.1listguys.com. That's www.1listguys.com.
Wow. Okay. See, new information I'm learning. If you enjoyed this episode, go check it out. QuestTrustCompany.com, Zachary.Wilson@QuestTrust.com for an email. And I hope you enjoy this episode. Thanks, Zachary, for coming on. I learned a lot from even these little bonus episodes. This has been interesting.
Yeah. That's another story again. I haven't had anybody to tell that story to. Now I do. Now all of you know what you can do with it.
There you go. If you enjoyed this episode, go check out another one. We got more like this coming out. So if you enjoyed this, go follow the Hive with Us podcast. We'll see you next one. Thanks, Zachary.
Thanks for watching this YouTube video. We hope you found value. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Watch more videos just like this one.